views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to Open 2.0. I'm your host, Jayla Morales. Known for her joyful wordplay, tap dance breaks, and ukulele skills, Evangeline Joy has toured the globe playing everywhere from streets in London to famous bars in Seattle and even on Caribbean cruise lines. Please welcome to the Open 2.0 stage, Evangeline Joy and her ukulele Ed.
This is a short song, and it's for all the shorties out there. Teeny tiny, little itty bitty skinny mini super short is what they call me, baby doll. And I'm just under that 5-foot mark on normal days, except when I am taller, like when I'm in high heels or a tree in the park. I'm your sitting height when I stand, otherwise below diaphragm on every man, except my dad. Genetics, it goes without saying, you can never reach anything, especially at the grocery store where I have to climb the shelves or throw things strategically from the floor. So it's pitiful when people try to hug me. Yeah, it's pitiful when I'm stuck in a crowd. Yeah, it's pitiful when people reach above me, but I'm not changing, so it's settled. You're gonna have to get on my level. Verse 2. Seeing over the steering wheel is easier with some books beneath, but then it sucks cause I can't reach the pedals. So it's a catch-22. And the High School Musical was hard for me. When the show was cast on Haydn for the roles to look alright, I had ruby red stilettos and then got hit by a house. I never got away with tall tales, and I'd be poor at door-to-door sales, cause I'm always below the people. I have a vengeance with house designers who overestimate bathroom mirrors, and when my roommates move the shower head, I get seriously frustrated. But it's pitiful when I go to an apple orchard. Yeah, it's pitiful when the kids section's out of stock. Yeah, it's pitiful when I'm always below the orders. Confession session. I lied when I got my license at 5 feet, just in case. When I carry my guitar, most people think it's a bass. Some collect dead bugs and auto tools, but I have way too many, wait for it, step stools. Hanging up pictures is even sadder when I can hardly reach the first rung of the ladder. I'm afraid of playing hide and seek because I fall asleep in small holes before they find me. I always broke my nose playing Red Rover, and my view of every show includes somebody's shoulder. Have to part my hair perfect, cause people look down, and in the kiddie pool it was hard not to drown. My feet don't touch the floor in every chair I sit on, and I've lost every dunk contest against LeBron. How many short people does it take to change a light bulb? We meet on Wednesdays. So it's pitiful when theme park rides turn me away. It's pitiful when everyone thinks I'm 12. Yeah, it's pitiful when I ride on the subway. For God's sakes, would you put your arm down? But I'm not changing, the steroids aren't working, so it's settled. You're gonna have to get on my level.
That was a great song.
Thank you.
I was dancing a little bit off stage.
You did. I saw you out of the corner of my eye. Yeah.
So what was that first song? What was that first song about?
That song is about being short and all of the trials that I've faced since I moved to New York, where everything's kind of vertical as opposed to horizontal. My cabinets are way up here, whereas when I lived in Oklahoma, they were just about at eye level. And now everything's harder.
Do you write any other songs besides for short people?
Yes.
Like what?
Most of my songs are not about short people. And I'm short, 4'11" actually. But most of my songs are about everything, like love songs. Some songs they sound like love songs, but they're not love songs. They're about like people on airplanes that smell bad, but you would never know.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta listen to the album to find out.
So I see you've brought your ukulele Ed here today.
This is Ed.
How long have you been playing the ukulele?
It's been 6 years we've been together. I take him everywhere.
When did you start? When did you first started playing the ukulele?
When?
Yes. When did you start?
My dad bought it for me after my junior year of high school, and I think it took me a year or so to begin actually playing it. I had it, and I was so happy that I had it, but it took me a year, and then after, I think it was probably like the end of my senior year of high school that I started playing it, and then I played all through college.
Did your father push you to play the ukulele, or did you push yourself?
I pushed myself to do it.
Did you like playing this instrument?
Yeah, it's small. So when you're as small as I am, it's easy to just take it everywhere with you.
Have you ever played any other instruments besides the ukulele?
Piano, guitar, spoons, kazoo, golden kazoo, and nothing else well. A French horn, actually, and a saxophone when I was in school, but that was a long time ago.
Did you like playing these instruments?
Yeah, except for French horn and saxophone.
Did anybody push you to play those instruments?
No. It was just kind of like to be in bands. To be in chorus, you had to be in bands. To be in band, you had to play an instrument. And then I got into instruments. But I've always been a singer mostly since I was little.
Now, when you perform, because I had read at the top of the show that you performed everywhere from streets in London to famous bars in Seattle, Caribbean cruises.
Yep.
What's it like playing at those places?
What's it like? It's fun. It's exhilarating because you don't know anybody. Like, for instance, but you can sing anywhere, you know what I mean? Like, I'll go on vacations and then I'll end up making a show out of it. Like, there was one time I went to, I think it was LA, and there was this little Irish pub, and I hadn't been scheduled that night to do anything, and I went into the Irish pub, and they were listening to the pianist, and the pianist was obviously like really tired, and I was like, hey, let's play a song, and we ended up playing Benny and the Jets. And the whole room was singing along. It was just like in a movie, you know, and it's the most fun because, and I didn't even have to play anything at that point, but I love it. I love to travel.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you're on stage, do you ever get nervous before you go on a show, before you do a show?
Yeah. Last week I played a show last Wednesday, and that was mostly because, I don't really know, I felt off. I felt like I was off of my game that whole day. And I was like, you start to get in your own head and you're like, oh, I'm not as good. I can't do it. I don't know if I can do it. And if you start to even think that way, you're going downhill. You can't think about that. You have to absolutely think about something else and be prepared to the point where you can just connect with people. Because once you can connect with people, that's all that matters. That's really it.
How did you overcome your fears when performing?
I used to pass out. So when I studied opera for years, 12 years, and I used to pass out. My first performance was a recital. My first like legit recital that I had was in my singing studio, and I sang Fascinating Rhythm in a top hat with a cane, and I passed out and hit myself in the head with the cane because I got so nervous and I almost threw up. Mm. Yeah.
I almost passed out hosting the show today.
God, you're still standing.
What advice would you like to give? Would you give to future musicians?
I think you need to stay true to yourself, but also I always forget to listen to other types of music, and I think it really helps you grow, even if it's not you at all. And I think that words are super important, but if you're an instrumentalist, then, that doesn't necessarily apply, but I think we need to get back to, caring about what we write about. Yeah.
So where can people contact you?
You can go to my website, EvangelineJoyMusic.com, where you can find CDs and T-shirts, and all sorts of other things there as well. All my videos are posted there. We just posted they're all down here. We just posted a recent video that's a parody of Kimmy Schmidt. You ever heard of Kimmy Schmidt?
No, I haven't.
Unbreakable.
No, I haven't.
No? Okay. Well, we did a video, a music video of one of the music videos in that, and that's already on my YouTube channel, Evangeline Joy Music, youtube.com/Evangeline Joy Music. And then you can contact me at evangelinejoy@icloud.com.
Well, it was great to have you with us today.
Thank you.
And you're not going anywhere. You have one more song you're going to perform
I do have
for
one
us.
more song.
Could you give us a brief description on what that next song is going to be about?
This song was written when I came home, and you ever have that moment where you've been so upset because somebody left you, and finally, or whatever it was, and finally you realize you're over it, and that moment of elation, of that breakthrough where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm fine the way I am. And it's a happiness. It's not anything in spite. It's not anger. It's just, I'm happy the way I am. You don't need anyone else, kind of thing. But you always need people, but.
Well, I'm excited to hear this song as well as everyone else.
Thank you.
And unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. We'll see you next time right here on Open 2.0.
The song will be released in a month, by the way. It took so long, I could not recognize it. You were not the man you were to me, and I was wrong, could not recognize it. Plain and simple, and it's clear to see. Before now I wondered how I was so stupid, thinking about how I was so naive. 20/20 hindsight, I am so much better for being able to wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't need you. And I'll be honest, yeah, I was broken hearted, that you'd leave it all behind for what's done is done. I'll finish what we started. I'm tried and true, and I am sure. For now I wondered how I was so stupid, thinking about how I was so naive. 20/20 hindsight, I am so much better for being able to wear my heart on my sleeve. Oh, I don't need you. Oh, I don't need you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on the show today.